Good morning. Live morning update Thursday, February 8th, 8:30, 1 a.m. I'll tell you what, you like that new intro with some music? Tell me if you heard that music. It's interesting. It's quite risky to do that live streaming on YouTube because if you don't have approved music, I've done live streams before where I downloaded some YouTube music, which is free, and a year later they're like, your video has been banned. I'm like, I got the music from you guys. So probably taking a huge risk there. And of course, if you're new to that, you're like, what? Really? Yeah. Very risky. So just quieted things down here. It is a dark, dingy, completely rainy day in the southwestern desert. So if you're joining me, someone said yes, maybe they understand my music woes with YouTube. If you're just joining me, let me know. I'd like to see you guys in the comments. Usually it's absolutely quiet because apparently I'm extremely entertaining first thing in the morning. Coffee in hand. We're going to go over the past 24 hours worth of activity. I've glanced at it. On the slow end, slow to medium kind of movement. Had some good trades close. The training I like to talk about something valuable every day other than just going, hey, here's what the system did, right? Because frankly, that's more of a lot of this, I do this going over the past 24 hours worth of trades for really the new people out there that might catch this live stream. And then the real value to you, the members here in the group, are I can answer anything. Now, I've made this simple and straightforward enough where people aren't going to have a lot of questions. If you go to one of those groups where they're teaching, here's my strategy, 17 indicators, or draw a line here, and if the price gets there, we're going to sell type of thing, support and resistance. A lot of questions come out of that stuff because you're like, well, why are you actually? Why is the line right there on your chart, and why are you selling right there? So a lot of questions. I'm assuming that in this group, it's like, hey, hold up your mobile phone. Look how much I made. As always, we're starting out with the free signals account. My signal accounts are demo accounts, and I take those signals myself on live accounts. So you can see there are no open trades. We'll look at what closed last night. But I think the place I was heading, before I get ahead of myself, is I'm going to do, you might call it a training. We're going to talk about how to do what is called a partial close today. We'll do that after we look at the past 24 hours worth of trading. And it's a valuable skill that really isn't taught many places, and it's almost counterintuitive. We'll talk about what a partial close is, but I'll just give you a general idea here. When you want to get out of some trades, but you don't want to take the full loss, you just want to get out of the trade or reduce the trade as it is hitting your margin level percent pretty heavy. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to place, I've got a test account. I'm going to place a few trades, and then we're going to partially close some of those, and I'll show you the thinking. It's a little bit counterintuitive, and I think if you go look for this on YouTube, because that's a great place, or Google, you're probably not going to see much information on how to do this or why you would do it, or it's just a great way to mitigate one of two things. If you overbid and you're in a bunch of trades, or quite a few trades, or maybe even one trade, maybe you overbid, and you're like, I'm really hitting my margin, and before the broker closes my trade out, forces my trade closed, I'm going to reduce my lot size a little bit on that trade. Like, how do you do that, right? If you bid $10, how do you, once you're in the trade, how do you reduce your lot size? That's what we're talking about. We'll be talking about a partial close. So I'll get into that stuff later. Let's get into this. So no trade open right now, and I was like, wonder if my system's working. I logged in this morning. It's working perfectly. As you know, we trade about 5, 6, 7 pairs, I believe. 7 pairs. 5 or 6. When I say that, 5, 6, or 7 pairs, it really depends on. A lot of times I'll throw some pairs out, like Euro GBP. Sometimes I throw it in, sometimes I take it out. You get into a Euro GBP trade, kind of like this Euro CAD trade that we're in. Maybe I'm saying something out loud there. Euro is extremely slow. We've been in that thing 10 days now. 10 days. I'm not complaining, right? We're in a trade. It's went against us a little bit. Nothing heavy. And it just went freaking sideways, literally going nowhere. So it'll close. It's interesting because it's like you hold on to it for, I don't know, what's the longest I've held on to a trade? Probably 3 weeks. It is what it is. And, you know, it will be profitable. It's the luck of the draw in terms of, you know, trading 22 currency pairs. And, well, we got in. We took this one because it was moving at that moment, and then it just stopped. It is what it is. So we closed out, as you can see here, $55.34 worth of signal trades. You could have bid anything you want on this signal. Okay. You can see that this is, let me get my trusty pen out here so everybody can see. You can see that this is my FX with Terry Signals free account. And how long? Let's see. So so we were just in this for the day. We can go over and look at the group, and it shows when a trade closes inside the group, inside the signal area on Discord and Telegram. It would show you how long the trade was active and alive. So yeah, everything's going. I mean, it's Thursday. Market's starting to slow down a little bit. We'll see. I can't predict when and if a trade's going to open. So pretty straightforward there. Not a lot going on. Although nicely profitable, right? $55 worth of signal profits. You could have bid anything you want. In fact, I see people doing that in the group. I've seen someone bid like $10, you know, a couple, 3 times, and have a really nice trade. We'll go to the group and we'll take a look at that, just or if I remember. But it's interesting. One thing I really like about this group as we're growing this is that everyone is sharing the results, whether it's demo or live. You know, listen, why do people do demo? We do demo in Forex because we are not sure of our skill set. We're not sure of the trades we're receiving. If someone else is calling them, like me and my signal trades, it's a confidence thing. And I'll show you a really cool comment that was posted in the group this morning that I'm getting. This is really, I've had a lot of online businesses, and this is a business, right? If you're running this, you're in a business. Interestingly enough, I need to pay attention to my mobile here because it was not plugged in all night. The problem is with iPhone, it seems like when you plug it in and I try to move the screen around, it doesn't work. So I got to unplug it, plug it back in, but you can see my battery's at 13% here. So yeah, it's, you know, having a demo account, that's perfectly fine. You should do that. I traded demo. How long did I trade demo before I ever went live? Probably 6 to 9 months. And when I went live, I lost it all. Because, you know, I was following the YouTube guru advice. I'm certainly not a YouTube guru, but I'm on YouTube, and you're following along, and I'm not going to mislead you at all. The nice thing about what I actually do is that what I'm showing you is what I use on my accounts. It's how I manage my accounts. I built it for myself. I did not build this as a public-facing business to help other people. I'm like, this is so cool and fun. You know, I can trade a dozen accounts myself, and I'm just kind of like looking at my mobile throughout the day, and I'm like, all right, little bored. Maybe I should do something. So I turned it into this group and share it with you guys. So let's go on pause here, and I'm going to switch accounts. So this was the free signals account. We're going to go look at the premium signal closed results. So let me pull up my account numbers on my end, the part that you can't see. In fact, it's going to take me a minute because now I got to go find my... Oh, I got to unplug my phone. I'm like, why is the screen not moving? This is going to take me longer this morning. Luckily, I have have the minute. Wow, it's going to take me a lot longer this morning. All right. I've got this huge list of notes, and I'm one of those people that takes this massive, here it is, massive amount of notes. Like every idea I've ever had, I put on iPhone Notepad. And so I'm scrolling through that, looking at the accounts. All right, so the premium account 843 standby. I'm almost there. Here it is. So I'll give you this without showing it on the screen. We're in the premium signals account. We're at a $600 drawdown, and it's just an absolute general reference. That means that we're in some heavy trades. Now I did. No, I didn't. I'm not even going to say that. So we're in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trades. And as you can see, it's Thursday. The market, by me referencing what the drawdown is, it's a $100,000 account. All trades are the signal trades are all at a dollar, and there's a few dollar per pip bid, and there's a few trades that are at 0.20, like one trade at 0.20. So I'll go to the history so you can see this here. I know that took a little bit longer. Sorry about that. So here's the history of the closed trade. So we were about $55 on the free signals, which is really good for me. I'm giving that away for free, like absolutely free. And I'll show you some success that someone posted last night, this morning. That's pretty impressive. But this one is closing. Let me plug back in here. This one is closing $70.52 last night. So, what, 55, 65, 15, $20 more than, total closure than the free signals. Every one of these trades was a winner. Every one of them. Winner, 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 winner. I say this all the time, and I get so much flack on YouTube, and I thought a lot before I said, am I really going to call this a no-loss Forex trading system? Like, can I stand behind that? Well, look at the screen. $70.52. Even if there were negative trades up there and we still had a positive profit, a net profit, that's a no-loss trading. That's no loss. No loss off of your principal balance. That's the goal. That is the goal. And I'm absolutely able to do it. I haven't seen anyone else post anything of that nature. Hold on one second. I'm getting a notification on another. All right. I've got like computer screen here, mobile here. I got my iPad over there. In fact, what I do, I'll bore you here. I track my solar energy because I live full time off the grid, and we are getting this much solar today. So I'm sure you probably can't hear it, but I'm running my generator in the background, and I'll be running that generator most of the day. Actually, the generator charges my battery, and then I unplug it, turn it off, and I can run everything. So, not to bore you there, if you're interested in that lifestyle, I just launched a brand on YouTube called My 70 Degree Life, and it's my70degreelife.com, my70degreelife.com. If you want to follow that, I haven't posted any videos today, or haven't posted any videos at all. I was thinking about posting one today and showing everybody how I live off the grid and use solar, so my electric costs are pretty much zero, other than running some gas in the generator when it's not sunny. But this is probably the first day in months I've seen that it really just isn't sunny. So, not to get off track there. Anyway, premium signals. Look at me talking about my life like you give a shit. Let's pause again, and let me go to the pause screen here. Pull up the next account. So we talked about free, premium. Let's go. All right, I got to unplug the phone. It's like it works and then it doesn't when it's plugged in. My really large account, my multi-million-dollar account, is in massive drawdown right now because I'm in EuroCAD and USD Chief, and they are the most sideways, slow move. I'm like, it's going to profit, but I'm sitting here holding these trades for a couple weeks. And it's the luck of the draw. I really didn't want, I wouldn't have wanted to be in EuroCAD or USD Chief. So let's move forward here. Give me 1 second. Let's look at the actual challenge account. So $3,000 to $100,000 account, and I'll pull it up in a second here. 1332. Man, I got so many accounts. Here we go. Let me share this. All right. Erase the stuff off the screen. So here's this is a 3,000. I'm trading this from $3,000 to $100,000. It's going to take some time. I got really aggressive at first and had to force some losses because it's, you know, it's just it's a smaller account, and I'm going to trade this. I don't care how long it takes to get to 100,000. It's more so a proof of concept for everybody on YouTube. However, I was posting episodes. I probably should keep up with that, but I kind of like transitioned to this daily live, and I'm sharing a lot more than I would in that in those original episodes where I was only showing this account. So here's the trades: 1, 2, 3 currency pairs, 4 trades. And if we look at what closed overnight, you can see I'm bidding relatively small amount. What I said to this account, I'm using my auto system. I said trade a 5x multiplier. So 5x is 5 times 10 cents, so 50 cents. And trade no more than 5 currency pairs at a time. That's what I told it. And that's what we're getting. So it's closed $33.43 in profit last night. And this market, again, we're kind of volatility and movement, but you know, I'm happy with it. It's moving along. So not a lot to talk about there. If you have questions about anything you're seeing on the screen, make sure you let me know. Let's go to another pause the screen, and let me look at any other accounts that we want to go over. So 3K. Yeah, so I will show you the auto account real quick, or at least the front-facing account 945. Here it is. So real briefly, this is a full auto trading account, taking all of the trades in my full auto system. And the reason I do that is yes, this is a small account to be taking all of the trades. I'm taking all of the trades at the lot size that the system takes, and you can see we're in quite a few trades, what, a couple dozen trades, and they are all in drawdown just because the market's not moving right now. Total drawdown at the top here, $120. I said this yesterday, I'll say this a lot. What this means is I'm not losing $120. My automated system is using $120 to buy these contracts for difference in the Forex market on all these different currency pairs. And one of the things I look at, I kind of use this as, this is proof of concept for people to see, but I also use this as a barometer. And listen to me closely here. You could do the same thing. You have to think it through. It's a creative process. But if you were using my auto trade system, you could pull in all of my auto trades to a $100,000 demo account and use that as a barometer of what's going on. So I'm using it in a pretty small account here because I wanted to be kind of realistic. I'm like, listen, a lot of people just want to start out. They're in fear. They're emotionally in fear of losing their money, and they start out with small accounts. I get it. It's a human, emotional, financial, hold on to your money. You know, I'm a little bit different. Money replenishes. I spend it. I blow it. I risk it so I can do more. But nonetheless, we are using $117 now to buy these contracts. Now, if I look at, so let me kind of finish that thought. I use this as a barometer to see what is my drawdown, okay, on not today, but over time. Any given, like, what is it right now? So I'm like, okay, I don't have no emotions about the fact that it's $117 drawdown right now, And what I look at, as you know, is my margin level percent. 6,584. Like, I'm like, I glance at this, I go back to bed. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. That's a great margin level percent. There is no exact reference, but I told you yesterday, the broker forces closes your trades at 69%. We're a long way from that, and we'd have to take a lot more trades. There's already, a couple dozen, maybe 3 dozen trades in here. But if you look at what I closed overnight, the auto system closed a couple dozen trades at a reference $13.76. I'm not saying that's what your profit is. Could be. But you could bid more. You certainly could bid more. You could take fewer trades and bid a lot more. So you have that manipulative control. You can manipulate the system to play it like an instrument. So so that's the auto system. And let's go on one more pause. I think that's pretty much it. And then I'm probably going to, let me look at the account list here. Let me pause it. Account list, see if there's any other accounts I want to show you. I will show you, let's look at one more. I'll show you my, kind of like my, it's a live account. I threw $1,000 into an account. And let me pull up here and then I'll tell you what I did. So, 10 seconds. Here it is. So, let me share it. So this is a live account. I put $1,000 in a couple days ago, and I said, I turned my full auto system on. I said, bid the absolute minimum lot size because it's $1,000, right? We don't know where it's going. We don't know what the market's doing lately. So, but I told it, trade out of the 22 pairs, trade 10 pairs. Just whatever 10 pairs open. So 10 pairs opened. Live, actual moving trades, actual trades. And then at 10, I told it to just stop and just trade those 10 to fruition and just keep doing that in circles. So what am I in? About a little over maybe 10, 12, 13 trades. And so look at the reference here. So I'm in a $42 drawdown. No big deal. Doesn't bother me a bit. 4,136% margin level percent. Feels good. Okay. And go look at what has closed overnight. You can see it was $10.76. So, that's a 1% gain on my account. Completely comfortable with it. I mean, it's a small account. It's a small account. And that's just what I'm doing. And typically when people come in with small accounts and they want to do the full auto trading, I'm like, great, we're going to reduce and only trade a certain amount of pairs. And what I typically don't do is, you'll see me talk a lot about volatility. I typically will sort the pairs list, and I've done that inside the group. And if you want a screenshot of that again, I can sort our 22 currency pairs from lowest volatility to highest volatility. And then out of that list of 22 pairs, I probably don't trade the top moving 7 pairs at least, right? Maybe top 10, and then just trade the bottom 10 on a small account and just let it roll. That way I'm not stressing out about, the drawdown getting too much or it over trading. And I'm not saying it still couldn't do that, but I can start because I'm looking at this right here, margin level percent. If I get uncomfortable, that's why I wanted to show you the partial close concept today. Okay, so we'll take a look at that. I believe that is the accounts. One more look at my account list here, so put it on pause. I believe that's the accounts I wanted to show you. And then what I'm going to do is, yes it is, I'm going to pull up an account so we can do this test of the partial close. So pulling that up now, account 347. Here it is. Share this on my screen. So let's talk about this concept, a partial close. So this is my gold account, and it's pretty much a throw around account. Like I'm willing to take wins and losses, and really it started out at a $10,000 account. I got up to 13,252. While I'm talking about this, let's place three trades, okay? And I'm going to go for a volatile. I'm just going to place 3 random trades, right? All in the same direction, so I can show you a partial close. So let's go to, let's use GBP JPY. Let's go take a look at the chart. So the 5-minute looks like it's topped out. It's slowly going up. Let me look at the day time here. I just kind of want to say, yeah, it looks like it's topped out. So probably the wrong way to go here, and I'm just absolute Forex trading hack. The wrong way to go here is probably up. So, and I want to enter in the wrong direction here. Okay. So let's trade this. So buying would be up. So let's buy, because I'm looking to go the wrong way. So let me put in some trades here. I'm basically just touching my thumb over this area, and I'm going to set a lot size at 1.00, and what did I say we're going to buy? So I'm just going to hit buy right now. Boom, we're in a trade, and so you can see we're in a GBP JPY trade, and I'm going to wait a little bit as I'm talking here, and I'm going to scale in a couple more trades, okay? And what I'm looking to do, in you know, it's going to be pretty random, is I'm looking to get into some of these trades that hopefully go against me. Watch it all be profitable, right? Even if it is, I can still show you the partial close concept. But what I'm looking to do is really greatly reduce my margin level percent, because theoretically I'm overbidding here, okay? So it's not moving very much. As we talk about it here, I'll add, oh, look, it's going to go into profit on me. Funny. Well, look, we're up $7. We might as well close in profit, right? But no, I'm going to add some more trades. So GBP JPY, I'm going to do a, what did I do? I did a buy trade. Yeah, I did a buy. Look at me. I'm talking and can't remember. I'm going to do another buy trade here at a heavy lot size and come back, and you can see what it's doing to my margin level percent here. Now we're basically half of what it was, 2,600%. And let's just wait a minute or two here, and I'm going to scale in even more. And look, these trades are going to go profitable on me. You can't predict the market. It's like, here's how amazing I am, guys. Even when I want to do a losing trade, man, I just profit. I'm incredible. Buy here, sell here. I can read the future. All right, so let's do one more trade, and I want you to notice the margin level percent. 2,600 right now. I'm going to do another buy trade. Just hit buy. Now we're at 1,700%. I'd probably have to do a lot of trades to really get that down there, right? It'd have to go against me. Derek says Murphy's Law. Yeah, exactly. So now what I want to do, let's say I'm uncomfortable with, look, it's still going to go profitable for me. Awesome, right? Let's say I'm uncomfortable with the margin level percent, and I want to bring this up more. We're at 1,700% margin level percent. I'm going to reduce my overall, I'm going to do what's called a partial close, and we'll do it to the very first trade, right? In this particular case, we're going to, if we partially close that profitable trade, we're going to take some profits. But I want you to think of this. So think of the math here. So let's say that very first trade that I entered, let's say it was, you know, going negative on me and really hitting my margin, because the first one is going to hit your margin in a negative way more than the third one is. Not in this case, because we got a little bit of profit out of it. But what I want to do is I'm like, you know what? I want to reduce this. I went in at $10, 1.00 bid. How do I reduce it? And I don't want to do half, because the math will be like, how do I say this? It won't be as obvious. I want to make it obvious. So I want to reduce this by $3. So I'm in at $10 right now, 1.0. And I want to reduce it by $3. Now, it's been a while since I've done this, so watch me totally screw this up. So basically what I'm saying is I want to reduce it by $3. Now watch, I'm going to do it in two different ways. This is kind of like, this is almost something like when you do it, you got to kind of write down, because you got to write down what the method is. I haven't done this in a while, but I know how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my thumb or finger over this trade right here, and until I get a close option. I'm going to hit close, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter the lot size at the top here. So I'm going to partially close this. Now, I'm going to, and it's funny, I'm doing this live in real time, so I got to kind of think about this. So let's just, I'm going to click that and let's reduce it. I don't want to do it half because like you'll see what I mean. Let's put it at let's put it at 0.70. Okay. What this should do, and we'll see if I'm right or wrong. What this should do is take my original trade of 1.0 and it will reduce it by $3. Okay. Pretty sure that's how this is going to work. And then all I do is I click close. In this case, it's going to be profit. I just click close with profit. Okay. And then you'll notice I screwed it up. See how I did the opposite? I left it at 7. The amount that you close is what's going to come off. I thought it was the opposite, right? So I'm not perfect. So when I put it to 7, I'm actually closing what it's sometimes it's different in the MetaTrader 4 Windows, the mathematics there. But anyway, whatever I typed, and we'll do this a couple more times. Whatever I typed in there is the amount that it's going to close. So that's pretty intuitive, right? I think it's actually the opposite when you do it on the Windows MetaTrader 4 platform. So nonetheless, now it moves it down to the latest trade. So the third trade that we did, which was this one, this moves up to, number 1 position. So let's take that number 1 position, this 14, and look, we went from a 1700 margin level percent to 2200. Doesn't affect it a whole lot, but it can affect it. And then obviously, if you look, I did some closes this morning just to kind of test this concept out. So you can see here that I closed out GBP JPY. I closed out $7 worth. It left 3. And I took a profit. If you're in the negative, you're probably going to take losses, or it's a small loss, a smaller loss than just closing the entire trade. So pretty cool, right? Let's go back and let's take this one here, and let's close it. So we're at $10. Let's say I want to close $9 of it. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at it's going to be at a 0.1 lot size when I'm done here. So I'm going to hold my thumb over that until we get close. And I'm going to back this out, and I'm going to close 0.90 or $9 worth of that 10, and I'm simply going to hit close. And this time you can see I'm closing with a loss, but it is what it is, right? But I'm reducing my margin level. I'm increasing my margin level percent. So what were we at? About 2200. So I'm going to hit close with loss. Okay. So that took my margin level percent from 2200 to 3700. Okay, I feel a little bit better. I'm still in the trade. Okay. It's just that I'm forcing a little bit of loss, getting out of that heavy, when it bid a little bit too much, or I bid what I would normally bid, but the market's really going against me. So this is a really great, smart, easy way to manage your account. And the takeaway here is whatever you type in on the close screen is the amount that it's going to close it by. So we typed in 0.90. You can see that trade is now altered, and we're in it from $10 down to $1. And what's the history there? So we took you can see a $15 loss. So not a big deal, but we greatly increased our margin level percent from original was 1700% to 3700%. That's called managing your trades, my friends. And it's simply a decision where you're like, you know what? I just went in a little bit heavy. I went in a little bit heavy. Now let's look at a real world scenario here, or verbally talk about a real world scenario. Let's say GBP JPY, because it's a crazy mover, has gone in. So it's gone in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. Okay, it's going to happen. Market does that. And we overbid on this first one. So if my system is telling you to start doubling your lot size down here 2 times, 2 times, 2 times to bring the take profit closer to where the price is, so we can get out of this thing still at a profit, you might not be able to place those bids. But now that you know how to partially close, we could go up here and there goes my battery. We can go up here and close a little bit of this, take some off of the end, and add it to, take some off the beginning, add it to the end. The end is where we're at right now. So let's do that real quick, one more time with this trade. So instead of being in this at $10, let's go into it at $6. Okay? So that means that I'm going to go close $4 worth of this trade. Okay? So I'm going to hold my thumb over it. I'm going to hit close. I'm going to highlight the lot size, which I'm in at $10. And what did I say? We're going to close $4 worth, right? So 0.400. And there we are. GBP JPY in at $6. Partial close. If you go to the history here, you can see that I took a $13.92 loss. But what am I really taking a loss here? I'm giving myself the ability to take those further down trades, mathematically bid what I need to, and stay in the game, and just cut a little bit of loss off the front end. Now, a lot of times when you do this, and this doesn't bother me at all in my trading, when you do this, you're saving your account, you're not letting the broker force your losses. And in the end, when these trades down here, farther into the game, where you bid 2x, okay? I can't draw on the screen with my mouse. When you bid 2x and you're drawing that take profit closer, what happens is when all of this closes out, because we're setting the take profit, right? When all of this closes out, you might be at break even. You might be at a teeny tiny little profit. You might be at a little bit of a loss, but you stayed in the game. You stayed in the game. This is trade management 101. Partially closing. And how much do you close? Who knows? It's unique to that pair, to the situation you're in. So now I'm in at $3, $1, and $6. Let's go ahead and take this $3 trade and let's reduce it down to, I'm trying to think if we can do this. Let's reduce it down to, it's easy to do whole numbers, but I'm just trying to think. Let's reduce it. Let's redo this. Let's do it in half. Okay, so I'll hold my thumb over it, click close, and we're in at $3. Let's just close $1.50. So now we're in that trade at $1.50. We've greatly helped our margin level percent. We're at 6,000% now. We're good. And you can take, if you're in at $10, $10, $10, $10, you can skim a little bit off of each one. Skim a little bit off of each one and just kind of like play with it until you get your margin feeling good. YV, I don't know who that is, in the YouTube chat says there is an EA to do that. There is, right? There's an EA. An EA is an expert advisor or robot that will do that kind of stuff. But you know what? At that point, the moment that I want to apply an EA to what I'm showing you here, I got to open up MetaTrader 4, probably on a VPS, because it needs to be running full time. So now that's complication. I got to install MetaTrader 4. I got to install the robot. I got to make sure the settings are right. Like, that's just, you know, at that point, if you need to do that, and a lot of times when I've needed to do this alteration, it's gone pretty bad, right? It's gone pretty bad for me. I need to make it happen now. So literally clicking my thumb and clicking close and altering the lot size. Can you hear me snapping? So it's quick, it's simple, and there is an absolute EA robot for everything you want to do. I really don't want to get into that stuff because people are going to think they need that, and really you don't. You don't. It's a novelty. It's quite an advanced way. Like, I know Mark in the comments, Mark does a lot of advanced stuff, and Mark does advanced stuff. I don't know, because that's what we used to do, right? We used to have robots and run in. I really loved this simple robot script that you could tell it whenever my trade goes into profit X amount, set the stop loss to break even. What's bad about that is, like, you're going to hear me say this a lot. Go ahead and set a stop. I better plug in my mobile device here. Go ahead and set a stop, and you'll take a loss. Set a stop loss. Set a stop, take a loss. Derek says, is there a commission cost? You know what? I don't know. It's not, Derek is my favorite overthinker friend. And he knows that. So let's take a look. You're going to close out probably some of the commissions that you went into. So if you look at this GBP JPY that I closed, it had a 90-cent commission. I really don't look at that stuff too much because my system, I'm just kind of looking at drawdown, margin level percent, let's get out. If I have to pay a fee, I have to pay a fee, right? So let me look at here. Mark says, learning to manipulate to stay in the game is huge. It's literally the number one thing, right? I'd have to say it's top 3 things, right? Just paying attention to your account, not overbidding, so on and so forth. So I gave you that skill set. You know what? Hopefully you guys start getting bored with all this because you're like, yawn, we're making money. This is easy stuff. It's really pretty easy. I'm going to close all of these down because these were test trades. So I'm just going to hover got to unplug. See what it does? Hover, close, close. Hover, close, close, and hover, close, close. Pretty simple, right? Simple stuff. Any questions, let me know. I think that's pretty much it for the day. Did I say that I was going to... I'm always looking at volatility. I'm not going to worry about that right now. mataf.net. Go to Forex Volatility and take a look at what's going on. It's basically looking back in history at what is going on. Excuse me. So I believe that's it for the day. I'm actually excited to have shown you that partial close thing because I probably don't go over that enough with a lot of people. And it's massive key to being successful. So I think that's all that's on my mind. I've got some work to do today on a few other brands, and I'm going to rewire some solar in my RV here. So since there's no sun today, and I won't get electrocuted. All right, that's it, guys. Appreciate you joining me. I will see you tomorrow to end the week. Tomorrow being Friday, February 9th. We'll hit it at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time. One thing I was thinking this morning is that when I go, I'll be back in Michigan for the summer. That's where the family is. That's where my airplane is. I go out and fly my airplane around every night. And when I go back there, I'll guarantee you guys, it's right now when I start the live here at 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time, it's 10:30 a.m. back in Michigan. I'll guarantee you, I am not doing 10:30 a.m. Lives when I get back to Michigan. I'm going to do 8:30 a.m. lives because that's a good time to get it in and out of the way. And so that will be, for you guys who are in different time zones, that will be like, well, it'll be 8:30 a.m. for you, but other people, it will be like 6:30 a.m. here where I'm at. So yeah, the times are going to change at that point. I'll be back in Michigan by June. The plan is to arrive back June 1st because I like to fly my airplane on June 21st every year, which is summer solstice, longest day of the year. Climb up a couple thousand feet, point at the sun, watch the sun go over the horizon, and then head back and land. So that's it. Like I said, appreciate you joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.